What are you the most excited about from where you've been to where we are and where we're going?
My trajectory is probably a little different than most chief marketing officers, and that's what I get most excited about. So I grew up in data personalization and loyalty and retention marketing, and that's really what I think the modern CMO profile needs to be, especially if you're in the business of personalizing the experience, which I think everyone is. So that's what gets me excited, and I couldn't be more thrilled to be stepping into the role of Ulta Beauty's Chief Marketing Officer. We are fortunate at Ulta Beauty because we have 45 million members, and 95% of all of our sales are coming from those members. So really, that's everything. That's all of our sales, which means we know so much about the consumer, so we can shortcut the full funnel, and we can really be optimized about how to reach if we know what the consumer is interested in by showing them the right content at the right time and the right channels. We can use own channels to our advantage in a lot of cases and reserve our paid media to go and reach and acquire and conquest and do all those other really important things. So I feel really privileged to be sitting on the, what we say, mountain of first-party data that we have. And most importantly, though, it's about using that data to create the personalized experiences, because our customers, that's what they want. They want that ability to discover new beauty and new ways, and that's what we're giving them.
What should marketers be talking about that they're not?
I think there's still a reluctance, in the marketing world to talk and go deep in data, marketing, tech, and being really comfortable. I partnered very closely with our Chief Transformation and IO Officer, and I say, I know enough to be dangerous, and that's what you need to be as a marketer. I think it's great to have the creative and the branding side and the aesthetic and that, artistry of marketing, because all of that is super important. But the modern CMO, I think, is really all about understanding how to marry data with the consumer and drive the growth, and also be able to tell great stories.
I want to get to the marketing channels and which channels you find to be the most effective for you today.
So we use a variety, that's for sure. But I think you couldn't go through, I don't think you can have a marketing plan in beauty without talking about social. Like social and influencer, and really understanding where to show up with what content is what we're doubling down on. We call it the beauty authority and redefining beauty authority. So we're investing a lot in social and influencer. And then the question is, how do you measure that? How do you know that you're really optimizing your spend there? And my answer has been, you got to get really comfortable with leading indicators. And I think EMB is that leading indicator. That's one of them. That's really, really helpful. Just helpful because you can kind of see who's talking about you that you didn't even pay for. And then it's great because you can benchmark it to competitors too and kind of see where you stack up. It's a little bit of a benchmark of relevancy. But you have to have the content, which we're a little light on content these days. So how do we gear up our content engine? And the more content you can place out there, the algorithms will find the individual. They'll find where to put it and where to place it in front of them.
Was there a adversity moment that you faced, and how did you overcome it?
Keisha Steelman is our CEO at Ulta Beauty, and I've known her now for 10 years. I was up for the job of Chief Marketing Officer, but she was really honest with me and said, hey, look, I got to go and test the market. I got to see what's out there. I've got to make great decisions for this company. You're a candidate, but you don't have this or you don't have that. She was really honest. And I was really honest back, and I said, go test the market, and I will show you that I'm still the best candidate. And I did.
All right, best advice you're happy you didn't follow.
When I was, maybe 12 years in, I took a big risk and I quit the job at the company that you never quit. You get a pension if you stay, and you can retire from the company. And as I was leaving, I was just bored. To be honest with you, I was bored. I felt like I was young enough. I could restart, I could do this again, but it was really, really scary. And as I was walking out, the HR woman said, you're gonna regret this. I was like, took a little bit of a deep breath and went for it. And honestly, I would not be here today if I didn't.